guys, it's back. Me at again. Yeah, that's the intro. Gosh, what am I doing? We're to do some more questions of Nintendo Switch 2. So, this is part 2. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Start with the first question. What happens if you put the Joy-Con 2 upside down? Now, this one, this one's kind of simple. It works. It actually works. It's kind of simple to do, but surprisingly, it actually works. You put it upside down, and you can play Mario Kart World if you want to. Yeah, you can play this game upside down, but I don't know how good you will be, but you can play. Next question: can you plug in any USB camera to the Switch 2? Well, this one, the USB camera, that'd be used in other games like Mario Kart World, Mario Party Jamboree, those games, and basically it's supposed to be a fun little accessory. So, yeah. So let's see. If you do correctly, it's going to detect the system, and it works. Yeah, the camera it actually works. It actually works. So, yeah. Now, there is a small webcam version of it. Now, does it work? It does. You can use the little webcam camera. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Excuse me. Next question. What happens if you plug the Switch 2 camera in the Switch 1? Now, but yeah, that one, what happens? You plug it in and nothing happens. I mean, the Switch 1 doesn't do cameras, so yeah. Next question. Can you use the Nintendo Switch 1 Joy-Con with the Nintendo Switch 2? This one, of course not, but with the magnet, so yeah, I'm kidding. So you go to the controller settings, you push the little buttons on the Joy-Con, and it's gonna start blinking. And if done correctly, the Joy-Con controller, Switch 2 Joy-Con, you can use everything you want. So that's kind of neat. It actually works. Next question. Can you use the Nintendo Switch 1 Pro controller with the Nintendo Switch 2? Good idea. So it's going to detect it. Now the Joy-Con 1, Switch Pro 2, Joy-Con 2, and Switch Pro 1. Like I say, the sky's the limit. I can't believe it actually works. Next question. Can you wake up the Switch 2 with a Pro Controller 1? Apparently, if you use the Switch Pro Controller with the Switch 1, you cannot wake up the Switch 2 by pushing the home button. So, let's see. Does it work? So you put Switch 2 on sleep mode, and you push the home button, and you're back in the menu. So, okay, let's do the same thing. Sleep mode. Then we're going to do this with the Pro 1 controller. Go to home, and home. Well, I guess the Pro Controller 1 doesn't work with it. So, yeah. I mean, that's half and half. Give some credit. Next question. What happens if you put a Nintendo Switch 1 in the dock for the Nintendo Switch 2, but no Joy-Con? Now, it's kind of the same thing as last time we did it, but we'll switch it up. Let's switch it up. Does it work? Nope, still doesn't fit. It still doesn't fit. Nope. No. Yeah, the reason why, because it's that little freaking notch on the bottom of Switch 1. That's because that's the reason why. That's the reason why, man. Man, so I mean, we tried something just a little bit different, but just nothing like cool, I guess. Next question: can you use a dockless dock with Nintendo Switch 2? Let's be honest, the dock is a bit bulky, but let's try it out. So you should have a Nintendo Switch that is docked without actually being docked. So does it work with Switch 1? So we'll see. So swap the cables, and okay, the console battery is charging, but the current model doesn't seem to output using HDMI. So do it harder, I guess. Nope, it's not working. Oh, shucks. Next question: can you use the Switch Online GameCube controller on the Switch 1? That's a good question. Alright, you bust out your GameCube controller, and it's flashing orange, okay? Try the OG Switch, and I'm gonna push the button, and it's syncing, it's sinking, it's sinking, it's not sinking, it's not sinking. Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem compatible. So, yeah, I think the controller's broken. Yeah, let's go. Okay, let's go sync to the Switch 2. All right, do it again, and oh, that was quick. That was quick. Okay, that was on the first try. Okay, first try, literally first try, first try. Yeah. So you plug in with the So plug with the USB. No, it's no use. Not detected. So it doesn't want to work. So kind of a shame. So yeah. Next question. What happens if you insert a Switch 1 edition of a game on the Switch 2? Now, we're going to actually switch games here and go to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild here, because it's a good example. So let's go to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild here, because it's a good example. So you put the Switch 1 cartridge in the Switch 2, and okay, so there's the game. There's the game. Now let's try booting it up, booting the game up, booting it up. So yeah, you boot up the console. All right, it'll take a few seconds to load the game. Hey, it's loading. All right, you're waiting, and all right, so the game loads finally, and it doesn't say Nintendo Switch Edition. So on the corner, so you continue to play and have all the save files, your save files, and it's not gonna benefit from increased loading. Okay, so yeah, it's just how it was before. So yeah, so yeah, so the game actually does work. It's just not the Switch 2 edition. So yeah, it still has the same graphics from the Switch 1. So yeah, sorry. Next question. What happens if you remove a cartridge from the Switch 2 without closing the game? This was a classic. This was a classic one. So let's see. So you do it. So let's boot up Mario Kart World again. And it's our classic error. The software was closed because the game card was removed. Always close the software before you remove the game card. But yeah, it's the same error message, so don't be surprised. Next question. What happens if you remove a game key card from the Switch 2 without closing it? Okay, so game card keys are supposed to work as you put it in your Switch and download the games from the eShop, and then you play it, but it kind of doesn't have the game on the card. So how happens if you remove it? This key card. So you need to download the data. Okay, so download it. Yada yada. Insert the game. Okay. All right. So download it, and it's downloaded. All right. There's the game. The best example is Bravely Default. All right. So Bravely Default, and not pressing any buttons, and yep, don't press any buttons. So you go buy the game key card, and the software was closed because the game card was removed. Well, same error message. Same thing. Now the next question. What happens if you plug in two chargers at the same time? So we're basically gonna break the Switch 2. So let's see. Let's just do it. So you plug in the two chargers, and it just stops charging. The battery just starts charging. All right. Now, last but not least, the last question. Infinite power? So what I mean by that is plug anything in it. Just plug anything in at this point. Just plug anything, plug it in. Oh my gosh, you explode it. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't explode, nothing happens. We're good. Well, I think pretty much everything that there is to know about the Nintendo Switch 2. If it's your experience, I think I covered most of them. So, but I think we should do part 3. I think it's time for part 3. So, yeah, part 3 is coming soon.